willing to accept this suckling or this breastfeeding, and he will, without knowing that, because he's a baby, he doesn't know. You understand? If you take any baby and any woman and they try to give him milk, the baby will take it. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made Musa not to accept any other milk other than the milk of his own.
So did they ever find out that it was his mother?
No, if they know that this, who's, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made the thing happen, they did not. They did not know that this is his mother. Okay?
But the ordering of the boys was just for that year.
The
This wasn't
order?
like
the
the
order
ordering
to
of
kill them.
shooting the sons. This was like an
No.
ongoing thing. That was
Yeah.
for that year.
No, it's not about a year, you understand, because he don't know when this
Right.
child, okay, will be born. Okay? So that the order is any child, okay, يذبح أبناءهم ويستحيي نساءهم, that he will kill the boys and keep the female life.
And I'm saying this wasn't an
with
ongoing thing.
yeah, until you understand whatever it is, he is scared from something, so he
The
have
boy's
to.
gonna grow up and
How long it takes, we don't know. Okay, there is details. People comes different details here and there, but we don't know how long. But he already had to start to put this in action to slaughter any child to get killed. Okay, so here Musa became the mother of Musa comes and serve him the meal and give him something like this, and
She lived there.
we don't know this details and Allah knows best, but the basic things that
She got to see him.
she got to see him, she got to breastfeed him, and he got to understand to get breastfed all the time by his
But they
mother.
looked really different, the Beni Israel.
I don't know about all these details, you understand?
But they're
about-
like different culture. Like even now, if you had someone from wherever and you
Aren't
took
they
an
all
Egyptian,
cousins?
you took an Egyptian and a Saudi, you would know they look different. They just look different.
Okay, but you see, a person can give all this kind of details maybe from historical point of view or from other
Right.
places, but this is not issue about, okay, that are they different, are their noses the same, or all these things. I don't know all the details. The main thing that we understand that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala had promised the mother of Moses, and she had trusted Allah's promise. She throws the child. Allah makes the child come back to her. She take care of him, or maybe even they made a place for her to stay there to be taking care of him. But basically, all what we know here that he grew in the palace of Pharaoh, and he became, you understand, the adopted son of Pharaoh and his wife.
So she had just like an inclination in her heart. Like how did she know to do that? It's just something she felt.
like there's a lot of talk.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can control, is the one who controls the hearts.
Of
Now,
course.
so the plan of Allah, Allah planning things, how to happen. Okay, she sees this child, her heart go for him, and now she's insisting, and the husband, okay, want to make her happy, so okay, you can.
So, but there was no like revelation, like
To who?
to the mother of Moses.
Revelation.
Not like
of
a
concern.
revelation, but like was it something like that was clear that this was a message to her from Allah? Like when Allah spoke to Moses and the angel Jibril came and gave Prophet Muhammad a message from Allah. Like these were clearly signs or these were things from Allah directly to these people. But Allah is the controller of my heart. So when I do things, I'm like, well, I'm putting my trust in Allah. But
No, this was a revelation or inclination that Allah inspired her, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to her, saying in Quran, okay, إِنَّ رَدُّوهُ إِلَيْكِ وَجَاعِلُوهُ مِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ. And this is not can be a feeling, is receive a communication from Allah, because this is a promising things, okay? So there is a difference between feeling something, okay, and doesn't matter how much I feel as a mother, I'm going to throw my child, you understand? How did this communication happen? Allah knows best. Through Jibreel, through other, you understand? How? We could not go in all these details. The Quran says, وَأَوْحَيْنَا إِلَى أُمِّ مُوسَى أَنْ أَرْضَعِيهِ. Okay? We reveal, or we inspire, we give wahi to Musa that breastfeed him. And it seemed to be something very unique that given him, you understand, this first breastfeeding, like taste. Listen to this channel. This is the right product that you take, so don't take anything else. So keep this taste in your mouth, baby. Okay? So this is the, so Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala works things, but he said, Inna radduhu ilayka, we shall return him to you, وَجَاعِلُوهُ مِنَ الْمُرْسَلِينَ, and we're going to make him among the messengers.
Did they ever say what her name was?
Not in the Quran. Not in the Quran.
But anywhere else that you know of?
Not to my knowledge. Okay? But anything, all these things is not that. Is Allah used the term Musa. Okay? So was her name is Suhaila, Sakina, Saadiya, Arwa, Marwa. This is not going to make a change in the facts of the. Yeah.
It makes it just more realistic, I guess. You know, I mean, of course it's realistic, but it gives detail. Sorry, Dua. Go ahead.
After she was done, like taking care of him, like when he didn't have to breastfeed anymore, whatever, did she still get to go?
We don't know, but basically understands that Musa went back to his mother, or his mother, you understand, been with him, took care of him until how old, we don't, all these details they understand, because if you go in a story, the story is to show you the promise of Allah, the protection of Allah. If you go about all these details, you understand, you're going to lose the story and this, okay?
Meaning, Abby.
This.
No, you don't lose the meaning.
They said that Allah talked to him,
I knew it
but Allah, he,
like, I felt like I was walking with him.
like, when it's Allah talks to him, like, Allah talks
Like
to
he
him,
saw him
like, I thought
and he was
Allah
like,
can
hey,
talk,
Musa.
like, he can't, like, he gonna create this, like,
He can what? He can
like,
what?
when he said that Allah talked to the baby, how did he talk to him, and Allah
Allah,
should say it's
no,
wrong,
no,
but Allah can
Allah
talk to
did
him.
not talk to the baby. Allah talked to the mother of the baby.
How about, can Allah talk? I mean,
Of course, Allah talks.
but I remember, but we don't know, but he doesn't eat or anything.
No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't need food. Allah doesn't need to drink. Allah doesn't need anything to support to make him alive. Allah is living without anything.
So you can talk?
Of course, Allah talks. And the Quran is the word. We don't know how. How we don't know it. But we know that Allah speaks. And the Quran that we read is the words of Allah. Allah spoke it. And the angel Jibreel, he heard it from Allah. And he talked it to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam conveyed to us, said to us, and the Sahaba wrote it down.
Okay.
So what you reading in the Quran is the words of Allah.
So that's what Allah's saying. And they put it in the Quran.
Yes, yes, yes.
I wanted to ask this for a long time.
Okay, patient, Maz, it's no big deal.
In Jannah,
Wait, we're talking about Musa.
Yeah,
So
we
wait,
go
I
ahead.
want to just get this through. In Jannah, you gonna know your family that is in
Yes, yes. Yes, you will.
You can
Jannah?
have
So I'm
it.
gonna know y'all.
Of course.
I'm gonna be right there with
Yes. Yes, Maz.
The problem, I'm sorry, I said like he's supposed to be upon him. But I have a question about
you. Musa?
Because once I had actually before you.
no, she made me forget.
Well, I have more questions. I have more questions if you can't think. Okay, go ahead.
Get me the level Quran, please.
Abby,
Or that is talking to you. Just cover your knees.
Dang it, Abby, can't you?
was
No, the noble class he said.
the
Go in
Israel,
English.
the Israel
Bani Israel, the
Yeah.
children of Israel.
Yeah. Were they slaves?
They are not slaves, but he made out of them slaves. You understand? He made them to be slaves for him. You understand? The Pharaoh.
The Egyptian
Pharaoh.
God, the king of Egypt.
I thought that was the little mummy shaping thingy.
Yes, they did. Once they died, Marwa, they didn't want to put them in the ground because they felt like whatever.
They were so
So they made
emotional.
them into mummies and put them in gold caskets. Those are the pharaohs. But the pharaohs, they made people into slaves to make the pyramids and things like that. Wait, I have to tell y'all something. Wait,
Listen carefully.
I need to
Listen.
tell y'all
Okay.
something.
Aywa?
Be quiet. After Adly's finished, I have to tell y'all something.
Go ahead.
No, because I want to tell more about what happened with
Okay.
Moses.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. طاسيم. تلك آيات الكتاب المبين. نتلو عليك من نبأ موسى وفرعون بالحق لقوم يؤمنون. طا سين ميم. These letters, okay, that only Allah knows what does it mean. After this is say, these are the verses of the manifest book that makes clear truth from falsehood, good from evil. We recite to you some of the news of Moses and Pharaoh in truth for people who believes. Verily Pharaoh exalted himself in the land. You see? So he became like a tyrant and made the people sects, divided them. Alright? Weak in oppressing a group, i.e., the children of Israel, among them, killing their sons and letting their females live. Verily, he was of the mufsidin, the mischief ones, criminals, oppressors. Then Allah is saying, وَنُرِيدُ أَن نَّمُنَّ عَلَى الَّذِينَ اسْتُضْعِفُوا فِي الْأَرْضِ وَنَجْعَلَهُمْ أَئِمَّةً وَنَجْعَلَهُمُ الْوَارِثِينَ. And we wish to do a favor to those who were weak and oppressed in the land. So that the people of Egypt, they don't have might, they don't have power, they don't have anything. But if Allah want to change the condition of the people, Allah able to do so, even if they did not have the means. So Allah say, we want, you understand, to do this as a favor to the people who've been oppressed, which what? Are the Bani Israel. Okay? And Allah said, and to make them rulers and make them inheritance. So from being slaves and poor and everything, Allah going to elevate them and to make them leaders and make them to inherit the lands. So even doesn't matter, Pharaoh have army and have all this government, and those people he made them like a slaves for him. Allah is going to change everything and make these people who are been oppressed to be the one who inherit and to have the upper hand. وَنُمَكِّنَ لَهُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَنُرِيَ فِرْعَوْنَ وَهَامَانَ وَجُنُودَهُمَا مِنْهُمْ مَا كَانُوا يَحْذَرُونَ. And to establish them in the land. And we let Pharaoh and Haman and their hosts receive from them that which they fear. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala want to give them tamkeen in the earth, establishment in the earth, and want to teach Pharaoh and his army a lesson on the hand of the oppressed one. Here what when we start. وأوحينا إلى أم موسى أن أرضعيه فإذا خفت عليه فألقيه في اليم ولا تخافي ولا تحزني إنا رادوه إليك وجاعلوه من المرسلين. And we inspired the mother of Moses, saying, suckle him, that means Musa. But when you fear for him, then cast him into the river, and fear not, nor grieve. Verily we shall bring him back to you, and shall make him one of our messengers. فالتقطه آل فرعون ليكون لهم عدوا وحزنا إن فرعون وهامان وجنودهما كانوا خاطئين. Then the household of Pharaoh begged him up that he might become for them an enemy and a cause of grief. To them is a surprise. To them is a child. To them is something good. But you don't know what can be good, what can be bad. But this is the way how they see it.
Right.
But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that this, what they think is something good for them, is going to be what? Going to be a destruction for them. Okay? Alright, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say لِيَكُونَ لَهُمْ عَدُوًا وَحَزَنًا. He's going to be an enemy for them. And it's going to cause them grief and sadness, okay? To Pharaoh and his government and his soldiers. Indeed, they were mistaken, they wrong. وقالت امرأة فرعون قرة عين لي ولك لا تقتلوه عسى أن ينفعنا أو نتخذه ولدا وهم لا يشعرون. And the wife of Pharaoh said, a comfort for the eye, for me and for you. Kill him not. Perhaps he may be. You see, the word she said may be. That maybe he will be what? Will be a benefit to us. Or may adopt him as a son. And they perceive not. They don't know what's going to happen. But Allah knows how it's going to go. Yes.
Eddie, when you said that verse to me, how did the Pharaoh's household, how did they pick it up?
They see, like you understand, if he's sitting there by the water or by the lake and watching, enjoying the sea, and he sees something, understand, floating in top of the water. And after this, he found a gold, or he found a lot of money in it. You take it and you be so happy with something, okay?
They found a baby.
But how?
Like they were out there.
There's mummies in
They
it.
might have been out there and just saw whatever, a box, whatever,
Mummies?
And they
floating,
pick up a house.
and then,
No,
a box. And then
The
when they got it,
household, meaning
No, the
people that
household,
live
like the family,
Right,
the
they
people.
picked up
The
some
household,
basket.
like say, this is my
she
household.
didn't know what that meant.
I thought you meant, because you said household.
No, okay? Okay. وأصبح فؤاد أم موسى فارغا إن كادت لتبدي به لولا أن ربطنا على قلبها لتكون من المؤمنين. And the heart of mothers of Musa became empty from every thought except the thought of Moses. Okay? She was very near to disclose his case. The child is her son. Okay? Because she was, this feeling of mother. And he was about to understand almost this, oh, this is my son, you understand, but because her her love to her baby, okay? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala strengthened her and her heart with faith so that she might remain as one of the believers. She was almost going crazy, but Allah supported her and made her strong, okay, to be patient and to deal with what's going on. وقالت لأختي قصي, that means keep eye on him, okay? فبصرت به عن جنب وهم لا يشعرون. And she said to his Musa's sister, follow him. So she, his sister, watched him from a far place secretly while they perceived not. وحرمنا عليه المراضع من قبل فقالت هل أدلكم على أهل بيت يكفلونه لكم وهم له ناصحون. And we had already forbidden other foster sucking mothers for him until she, his sister, came up and said, shall I direct you to a household, okay, who will rear him for you, who will rear him for you, and sincerely they will look after him in a good manner. Now Allah is saying in Surah number 28, verse number 13, فرددناه إلى أمي كي تقر عينها ولا تحزن ولتعلم أن وعد الله حق ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون. So did we restore him to his mother, that she might be delighted, and that she might not grieve, and that she might know that the promise of Allah is true, but most of the people know not. So always what Allah telling you in the Quran, that Allah promised you, you have to you have to believe what Allah said. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if He promised you something, okay, that Allah will keep His promise. ولما بلغ أشده واستوى آتيناه حكما وعلما وكذلك نجزي المحسنين. Notice now, in one verse was a big jump, with no any more details. After that, he came back to his mother, she took care of him, he's a baby, she breastfeeding him, okay? And right away saying what in verse number 14, and when he attains the full strength and was perfect in manhood, we bestow on him hikmah, wisdom, prophethood, right judgment, okay? And thus we reward the muhsinin, okay? And thus do we reward the muhsinin. Now is a whole thing, you understand, from being baby breastfeeding now to reach what?
A goal.
He's a man and he getting, you understand, the wisdom and good judgment, and now he's going to, we see what's going to happen after this when he enters the city and conflict happen between him and somebody and all this.
Is Prophet Muhammad, Prophet Musa, is he alive right now or dead?
All the prophets are dead.
So who's
With exception, huh?
Because
What?
she knows that.
Prophet.
Who, I was asking, who write down thingies? The angels.
This is angels.
Okay.
You asked me that.
Okay.
Prophet.
No, it's the prophet.
Prophet
This-
Jesus is alive.
Yes.
Yeah, him. Is he
Okay.
alive?
Yeah, but is not alive here with us, here with Allah. Allah took him up to him, you understand, to the,
Seven heaven.
yeah, so to protect him from the people who was trying to kill him.
Okay, so all the prophets saw Allah before.
No, not all the prophets
No.
saw Allah.
Okay.
Just
Prophet
prophet.
Ibrahim.
No.
Muhammad.
Or
You
prophet
mean
Muhammad.
with
Bible.
Allah?
Yes, did they see any of them? Did any of them
No,
see
she's asking,
Allah?
did any of the prophets see Allah?
No, no
No.
one can see Allah in this life.
Except for
Wait, I want to tell you
No
something.
one, no one, no one, no one.
Listen.
Okay?
when-
If something happening to you, you understand, and somebody said, okay, come on inside the house, understand, it does not mean that you have to see everybody in the house, but they brought you for protection. Only we see Allah in the day of the judgment.
only.
Yeah.
Not
Not
heaven? Jannah?
In Jannah.
when
Yes.
Prophet Allah spoke to Prophet Musa. Like later, the story of Prophet Musa, just to
In many
give a
places.
little,
Okay.
yeah, it's throughout the whole Quran. It's very, very, very
Lengthy.
vast. Exactly. Like what Abby just told was just the baby part. He goes to being a teenager, and then he goes to
And he got to
go
be a
back to
prophet,
Pharaoh.
and after
Exactly.
this, understand,
Yeah,
be
all about that.
running away from
No, he-
Egypt and
We
all
were
the.
there for 4 hours, and he only talked about that part that Abby spoke about, and he spoke about when he went and he killed a man.
This
the
what
city.
comes later when he
Exactly.
got
That's exactly. He just told us like the surahs that tell the story of Prophet Moses, and then he told us like I think it's Qasas, Taha, and there's another one. What's
Shu'ara.
Shu'ara. So but the thing is,
So he can make another segment and another $20 and
no
another
more 4
trip.
hours for me. That was way too long, and it was way too many people. It was like 1,300 people. No
Yeah,
joke.
it was a lot.
It was ridiculous. People were like this on back to back. I went upstairs. No, I went upstairs away from everybody in the room with the air on, and the whole masjid, like it's a top floor and it's just like glass windows. You can see right down.